The last question in this chapter is about calculating the federal spending increase rate from different aspects. So the first question asks you by what percent did the federal spending increase in nominal terms? So first of all, I want to introduce the general form to calculating the increasing rate. So in order to calculate the increasing rate, you need to remember this formula. So the rate the rate, no matter it's increasing or decreasing rate, it's equal to the new number minus the old number and divided by the old number or the old year times 100%. So you need to remember this formula. Now we can start to calculate the first question. By what percent did the federal spending increase in nominal terms between 2000 and 2005? So obviously, the new number is the federal spending in 2005, and the old number is the federal spending in 2000. So now we can go back to look at the table. So the first column is the year. The second column is the nominal GDP, which is not adjusted the inflation rate. And the third column is the total federal spending, which is also nominal. And the fourth column is the real GDP, and the fifth column is the real federal spending. So the last two columns is the inflation rate adjusted the money. So now the first question is related to the nominal terms. So we just cared about, and also it's only about the federal spending. So we only cared about the third column. So we care about third column. So as we mentioned before, in this question, the new year is in 2005. So in the 2005, the federal spending is $876 billion. So we can wrote down that is our new number. So so the new number will be 876 and minus the old number. So the old number is the federal spending in nominal term in 2000 so that is 578. So 578. Then based on the formula we know, we need to divide it by the old number. So that is the federal spending in 2000. So that is 578 and the times 100%. So now by using the calculator, we can pretty easy to calculate the final answer. So the final answer for this question is 51.56%. So now we'll finish the first question. So now look at the second one. By what percent did the federal spending increase in real term? So compare question A and B, we found the only difference is in which term. So obviously the second question asks you the federal spending increase in the real terms. So now we just look at the fourth column and we'll get enough information. So if we look at the fourth column and we'll find the new number here is 876.3 and the old number is 698. So now we can using exactly the same formula to calculate the answer. So what we are writing down in order to calculate the final answer is the new number, which is 876 minus the old number is 698, and then divide by the old number, which is 698, and the times 100%. So using the you can use the calculator, and you will get the answer, which is 25.54%. Uh, 54, 54%. So now we finish the question number B. Look at the last one. What percent of the nominal GDP came from federal purchase in 2005? So this question is different from A and B because it asks you first, it's only asks you the nominal. The second is the how much the federal purchase take up in nominal GDP. So what you need to do is find the nominal federal spending divided by the nominal GDP in 2005. So if we go back to look at the table, so we know the nominal GDP in 2005 is 12,422, and the nominal federal spending is 876. So what will you do is you use the federal spending in 2007 or 2005, which is 876, and divide by the the total GDP in 2005, which is 12,422, 22, yes, and the times 100%. And now you can use your calculator, and what you will get the number 7.5. So which means in 2005 only 7.5% of the money are used by the federal to purchase the products.